Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's treasure hunting time. That's right, treasure hunting time. And we're going to be going through this, a little bucket of treasures from the Gold Daughters. So I'm pretty excited to go through this. I am a huge fan of the Gold Daughters. I really enjoyed their channel when they used to have it on YouTube, but they are one of the very, very few channels I follow on Instagram. And regardless of what I think of this little bucket of treasures or the Paydirt review I'm going to be doing after this, I still am going to follow them because I really love their content. Now, this is not going to be an official review. I just was really curious about this little bucket of treasures. I am going to do a review on their Paydirt right after this, but for this video, I just wanted to have a little bit of fun and dig through one of their little bucket of treasures. So let's just flash up their description and go to the overhead and check out this bucket a little bit closer. As you saw, a pretty basic description just telling you what you could find in this bucket. And I'm really hoping to find some woolly mammoth or some gold. So let's open this up, dump out the material, and see what it looks like. And we're going to weigh it up as well. So definitely a lot of stuff in here. Oh, wow. Well, this doesn't want to come out. So here, we're going to weigh this up. I will get everything out of here one way or another. Just weigh it up just to see how much material is in here. 1 pound, 5.6 ounces. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here, but I don't want to look at it too much until we get to the picking part. So that's what we're going to go do. We're not going to classify this down. I'm just going to bring it over to my panning station, and we're going to pick through this to see if there's anything in it. And then I will pan it out off camera to see if there's any gold that I might have missed. But this video, we're just going to pick through it and see what kind of treasures we get. Well, we're at the picking station, so let's just dump out the material and start picking and see what we find. Now, I will say, I did record part of this earlier, and that little plastic bag you saw earlier was this, and it said genuine Alaskan gold nuggets in there. And I opened it up, and there was one little bitty, tiny flake of gold. Just that one little flake. Not nuggets. It does say genuine Alaskan gold nuggets, and I don't think anyone would classify that as a nugget, and definitely not nuggets with an S. Oh, get out of there. All right. All right, now let's just start picking through this and see what we find. So, and unfortunately my son's not here. I really wish he was. I did not know it'd have this many cool things in that tiny little bucket, but not sure what most of these are. Maybe tiger's eye. I do know this is quartz. See, I know one of them. One piece of quartz. I know that. The rest of this, I have no idea. A wood fossil or something. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But some really nice looking stuff. And bigger material than I thought. I really did not expect to see big stuff in here. But this is some really big stuff. I'm sure everyone will leave in the comments exactly what all these things are as they roll their eyes, because I don't know what any of this is. This is obviously more geared towards children, and it's pretty cool. If I was a kid, I would really like this. This is some nice size material. A lot of times in gem buckets and stuff, it's really small little pieces. Probably little pieces like this, and there's some nicer pieces in here. This feels kind of light. It almost feels like this would be a fossil or something. Not sure. So let's start moving some stuff around. Now, I was kind of hoping this material would be gold-bearing material, and I probably still will pan it out before the end of the video. I won't do it on camera, but just to see if there's any gold. I'm guessing the material's from Alaska, so you never know. There might be a piece of gold in there or something. This is a nice piece. So far, I've really liked everything that I've found. Let's grab some more bigger stuff. Not sure what that is. Pyrite, galena. I think looks like pyrite, I guess. It's a weird piece of pyrite. More stuff. Oh, and this biggie. This is the one I first saw that got stuck in the jar. That was really nice. This is by far the coolest thing in here. This side's much better. All right, let's see anything else big in here. There are some smaller things I might skip over. If you know what any of these things are, let me know in the comments. I probably won't remember it, but you know, anyone else that's watching might want to know too. So if you can help them out, that helps them out. Whatever these little, almost like, look like magnets, but they're not. So I think that was everything. Again, I will pan this out just in case there is another little bitty piece of gold in here. But let's just put up everything we found. So this is everything we found. Not bad. I mean, for a kid to pick through, this is pretty good considering that's a really, really small bucket in there. Now let's just go back to the overhead and I'll give you my final thoughts on this little bucket of treasures. All right, finished writing up my review and let's get right to it. This again was from the Gold Daughters. It was their little bucket of treasures. It had no guaranteed gems or gold, but they did give you a list of items you could find, including gold. Its cost was $40, shipping was $16.10, so a grand total of $56.10. Now, I did recover a lot of gems, including one little tiny piece of gold. And I have to say, I am really surprised at how big these gems are. I did not expect that. I think I said it a few times while I was picking them out. I usually, typically, when you get a gem bag, you get a lot of material and a lot of really small pieces. And this time it was the exact opposite. There wasn't a lot of material, but all of the gems are really big and some really nice showstoppers in my opinion. Now for value, I'm only going to give this a 6 out of 10. And that's because of the shipping. The $16.10 of shipping to get this is a really high number. But if you happen to be at their gold store or museum for 40 bucks for a kid, this isn't bad considering most museum type places or tourist places, they sell you those bags of Paydirt for 20 bucks and you really get nothing in them. So for 40 bucks, this is a pretty good value. And if you're in the store, I would give this a value of an 8 out of 10. But having it shipped to you gives me a score of 6. For fun factor, I'm going to give it an 8. It was a lot of fun. While I was really happy with the gems, I didn't like the little bitty piece of plastic with the gold in it. One, I would have preferred to be able to pick it out and not have it in a plastic bag. But I understand their reasoning why they did put it in the plastic bag, because it's not really a nugget. Even though on the bag it says nugget, if you can't pick it out of the material, then it's definitely not a picker or a nugget. So that did distract a little bit from the fun factor, but I'm still going to give it an 8. And if I was a kid, I would be really happy with this. Now for Paydirt description, they're only going to get a 6. Now if you picked it up in the store, it might be higher, but to me, one of the downfalls with this is it didn't include any instructions, any information about it. So I really had no idea what the gems were, and most people who buy bags of gem Paydirt for their kids really don't know what they're buying or what each gem is, and they kind of know what they're putting in there. So it'd been nice if they had a little piece of paper telling you what you were getting. So for description, they're only getting a 6. Paydirt quantity and packaging, they're getting a 10. It was definitely a little bucket of treasures, and the packaging is really good. It survived going through the mail. In fact, this is one of the items that was in my recent missing package. This is the only thing that survived a box being destroyed from the USPS. So the packaging was pretty good, giving them a 10 for both. And lastly, for customer service and shipping, they're getting a 10. The customer service was excellent, and it shipped out incredibly fast. It wasn't their fault USPS decided to destroy a box, but the shipping and packaging was really good, giving Gold Daughter's Little Bucket of Treasures a total score of 8.0 for me. Now, if you were to pick this up in store, again, I think the value would be higher and the description might be higher as well. So your score would obviously be higher in the 8.4 and above range if you were to pick it up in store, not pay that shipping charge, and maybe get a little bit more information from them. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.